our accelerated classes, you have been allotted an additional book for your class. For instance, AC6 will have 6th grade and 7th grade allotment. And 7th grade, you will AC7, same for you as well.
Okay. So here's how you log on, first of all, to SharePoint. And this is for the benefit of people who are new to the system. We'll make it quick, though. If you go to the hcbe.net site and go to Employees Only, which we're going to click right over here on the left. All right, there we go. And pull down.
And then you're going to see right under Employees Only, right there, click on that link.
I think it says SharePoint Intranet.
Yes. Now, as you see, SharePoint, the portal, we're going to be able to see departments. And if you kind of drag all the way down to teaching and learning, you see mathematics. That is where we will click. That's our department. This is the portal for the math department. So elementary, middle, and high school. We're going to focus on middle and high today. This is the middle school site. As you notice, there is your AC6, AC7, 6, 7, and 8th grade. And it's just a kind of browser view for you to look through and just glance on where your units and everything that's in your unit is.
Okay, and this is the case. These exist for high school as well, but look on the left-hand side. You'll see the Weebly accounts. Now, these are links. They're actually hyperlinks. Click on it. It'll take you to the site. Notice the names. HCBE Math, this is math6.weebly.com. HCBE Math7.weebly.com. If it is AC, it's HCBE AC Math6.weebly.com, excuse me. So you can see, please share that because this is information that we've worked on over the summer to be able to give to the parents.
Now, what you're going to notice as well is we have the same amount listed for your for the high school as well, and it's basically the same link, but it just changes with the grade level. As we see here, we're kind of backing up a little bit with our 6th grade just to get a little bit more thorough view.
I think I clicked the wrong thing here. Okay, going back home here.
Okay, now as we go to our high school, we see the same thing on the left and the right. On the right, we have our Weebly page, and from there, we're going to see our links to our units and all. Just give a slight delay here.
You will notice that for high school, there are no AC Weeblys right now. The reason for it is kind of silly and simple, but basically one person is not allowed to have more than 10 free Weebly accounts, and with Math 11, I used them all up, and so basically it'll just take me getting another email address and kind of working that out to put an AC Math 9 or AC Math 10. Basically, for right now, AC high school teachers, just give the kids both numbers. Here's the coordinate algebra. You can see it's kind of a landing page for everything that the math student may need, including
our Holt Online. We have Edmodo. You have the House and County Board of Ed site and Infinite Campus, and it's almost like a one-stop shop for parents with all 4 resources there.
And that's our hope, is that the parents will come here. If you go here, even anytime even you want to go to the Holt site, your sign-in will take you, if you go to Holt, click it, it'll take you to where you sign in. And so it really could be almost a one-stop shop for you, or at least SharePoint could, and SharePoint has the link to here. So when you click it, and you'll notice when I clicked it, hold on, I have to log out first. That's not what you'll see unless you're logged in.
Now, as we see our Holt Online, we basically want to be able to show you how to log in and register as a teacher. And by doing so, some of you already have username and password, especially at the middle school level. If you've been in the county since our last adoption, you already have a username and password. So you can actually log in. All you need is the ISBN number and the key code. But if you are a new user, and most likely a high school teacher, you will use actually start over and register, and you'll need to come up with a unique username
Now, let me
and
tell you,
password.
with the username, we want you to use your real name because we are able to see everyone who logged in with our unique codes. If we see nonsensical usernames, we're going to assume it's not a teacher. So,
One thing that you'll notice here is we're beginning to register. You click on the sign in as a teacher, and then you will slide as you do the drop down menu. You're going to register using an ISBN number. Please keep that in consideration.
all right, now you'll remember the yellow and white sheet that you saw earlier that has all of the codes on it. What we're going to do is do kind of a split screen here. We're going to register as Susan Pongelic, who works here in the math office, and use her email address since both of us already have registered on here, and we want to show you what it looks like as a new user. So put your real email address, use your name, okay? Cool. Let's see. You're going to click on that box. Oh, wait.
That is possibly if you want to receive additional updates, and if you don't, then unclick it.
Right. I started to click it, but then that's my secretary, and she may not appreciate receiving extra email updates, so I'm going to unclick it. But it may have some really good information in it. So here's her username, Susan Pongelic. Please use your name as your username, possibly with numbers at the end. Okay. And then password. Whatever password you use is fine. I think we're just going to pick one for Susan. What password? Password, maybe?
Password, probably. Okay, as we create our password, remember the next two boxes, you do need to click those and check those. They do say that you've read the terms and agreement and you agree to the policy here. And click continue.
Okay. Based on the zip code that you entered earlier, it will give you all the schools that Holt knows about that are within that zip code. So you're going to pull down to your school. By the way, if you happen to use your personal zip code, hit back, change it, okay? Because you need to tell it the correct zip code of your school, otherwise it won't give you the correct list of schools. So I think we chose to use Perry High School here.
So now we're registering under Perry High School, and at this moment they should ask you to begin to type in ISBN number, and from there,
I'm searching for it down below here. Hold on, the list. The yellow and white list that you saw earlier, that's the list of ISBN numbers. You can either have that video open and have this open, or you should be able to have a printout of this, but there it is. All of the different ISBN numbers and code words.
And once you have that, you can type it in. I think most of the numbers actually start with 9, so once you go ahead and type that in,
and you can see I can't see it all the way right here. Let me pull it over. I'm typing it in.
and we used the one for coordinate algebra since we were doing a 9th grade course. Now once we click next, it's going to ask us for a particular word that was on the page, and that is listed as well on your yellow and white spreadsheet.
If you look, there's a red, a green, and a blue. It cycles between these three and asks you for the code word for a particular page number and word number. So there you go, and you can tell that once it does that, it says register, confirmed, or complete confirmation. And you can see that now we've registered for that book.
Now one thing that you must notice is in order for it to completely register, you have to click on the login, which is where our cursor is right there.
Alright, so it's going to take you back to the login screen where you will enter who you are and what your password is and log on.
And ta-da! You have your textbook there along with all the additional resources.
Okay. And if you take a look at the different items, I've clicked the One-Stop Planner. The One-Stop Planner is a download. Okay, but once you download the One Stop Planner, all of the things found online will reside on your computer as well. There's also the online textbook here, and you'll just have to navigate that and find the different things in there, but there are tests and quizzes and all kinds of things like that.
As you see here, any and everything that is in the textbook, workbook, CDs, even some QR codes are on the online tool. So you have, in addition to quizzes and tests as well.
And we're so pumped about being able to provide these for you, but do keep in mind some of these lack the rigor that we feel like, that we know will be required on our CRCT or EOCT. So if you rely exclusively on this, you really are phoning it in. You need to look at the Sharepoint, and you need to make sure that what you're doing is where it's supposed to go. These are used alongside the things you already have, not instead of.
Now also remember, once again, if you're teaching an accelerated class, you need to register for most likely 2 textbooks, the one that's in the grade that you're currently teaching and the additional as well. And that's what we're doing now. We're going to log this in as an AC9 class.
And once again, don't do this unless you teach an AC. Don't put in for books that you don't teach, because if you do, you are taking someone who does teach that. You're taking their sign-in or their ability to away, because we have a limited number of licenses. But you can see that the little white box to the left is where you put the ISBN number of any additional that you have.